We're back at the Club de Estudiantes basketball court in Bahía Blanca in Argentina with the second match of the evening. Carlos, Venezuela and the Virgin Islands.
This is a very important game for both teams. In the case of our Virgin Islands, if they win this game, they will be into the second round. They will have their second win of the tournament, and at the same time give Venezuela their second loss of the tournament. Canada already lost 2 games, so it's a matter of winning for Virgin Island, and they are in. In the case of Venezuela, they need to beat the Virgin Island tonight to keep their chances alive. And in the same token, if they win tonight, they still keep Canada alive. Although Canada lost by 12 points by the Virgin Islands, and they will be not favored in the case of a triple tie because they will have a negative goal average or point differential. But this is a very big game. We see this, the winners of last night being introduced to the crowd. Virgin Islands with a Puerto Rican player that was born and raised in Puerto Rico, Walter Hodge. He has Virgin Island ancestry, and that's the reason why he can play for the Virgin Islands. He's the star of the team. And now Venezuela, the reigning champions of the Americas, is being introduced.
Champion of the Americas, champion of the South American.
Of the last 2 South American tournaments.
Yes. And it's the head coach for Venezuela is Argentinian Nestor Garcia.
Well, not only Argentina, he's from here. He's from Bahía Blanca. Last night when Venezuela was playing Argentina, against Argentina, the local team, when he got introduced, he got a standing ovation from all the crowd, and it was a full house last night. So it was big for Nestor to come back to his house and receive that kind of ovation and reception.
Absolutely. Let's see what this game brings for us tonight. Absolutely, the first game was a real interesting match that was decided in the overtime. So we expect this to be also a very interesting match, especially with all that is involved in the who wins this game.
Exactly. And for Venezuela, they can be thinking about anything else but to win. And now Nestor Garcia is being introduced. And he gets a good hand, a nice hand tonight again.
El Che Garcia, as they call him, Nestor Garcia, has taken over the Venezuela national team program very successfully over the last few years.
That's great. As we get ready to listen to both national anthems from both countries.
Muchísimas gracias. En menos de 3 minutos está comenzando el partido.
We have the exchange of gifts from the teams. In less than 3 minutes, we should be on their way with the second match of the evening. Again, Venezuela and the U.S. Virgin Islands on a game that has a lot of stakes here in Bahía Blanca in Argentina. The referee is Julio Anaya from Panama, Yeset Diaz from Puerto Rico, and Fabiano Uber from Brazil will be in charge of this game. Carlos, going back to these teams, you saw them play yesterday. What's in it for them? What does it take for each team to be able to try to establish their strategy?
Well, in the terms of Virgin Islands, we can talk about a team that plays great defense. They played great defense against Canada last night. They start with a very small front line. Their center, Cubit Victor, is only 6'6", but then they bring off the bench Philip Jones, who's about 6'11", and Philip Jones is not only a good rebounder, but he's also a good three-point shooter. He had three-pointers last night. But the start of the game on the team is Walter Hodge, the point guard, number 6. Walter doesn't have a substitute. They play with second guards whenever Walter Hodge has to sit out to get a rest, and that is a disadvantage that the Virgin Islands had, because it showed last night whenever Walter Hodge had to take a break, Canada would cut into their lead. In Venezuela's term, they're going to play a great defense. They're going to force putting pressure on the ball handler and also denying the ball inside. They are missing one key player tonight who's injured, Jose Grillo Vargas. Gregory Vargas' brother will not suit up to play tonight, and that's a big loss. But this team that they show right now, that's starting 5, they are very aggressive. They play great defense. They try to play long possessions. They try to melt the shot clock to the last 2 or 3 seconds, and that sometimes works on their favor, but sometimes they end up taking ill-advised shots. There's Walter Hodge, who had 25 points and 8 assists last night, and John Cox, one of the best offensive players on this tournament, who had 16 points last night against Argentina.
So let's see what this game has in place for us. Should be a very interesting matchup. The other games being played tonight in Montevideo in Uruguay. The U.S. beat handily Panama 97-56. And right now, Dominican Republic and Uruguay are playing a very close game where Uruguay is leading 51-49 with 6 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the final quarter.
That's a very important game also. Uruguay is one of the favorites to advance in that group. Most people were thinking that it was going to be between the U.S. and Uruguay, but the Dominican Republic has something to say about that also.
Absolutely. We're ready to go here in Bahía Blanca.
There's Nestor Garcia, the Argentinian coach that coached the Venezuelan team. They had done that for the last 5 years with lots of success.
America's champion, South America champion for a couple of years, led the team to the Olympic Games, to the World Tournament. So he's been a very, very successful coach in that Venezuelan program.
That's exactly right.
The players are ready to go. We're here at Bahía Blanca. Walter Hodge, the lead scorer for the U.S. Virgin Islands national team.
Windy Graterol will be jumping center against Justin Gray, who's a small forward, but he's a leaper. You'll see that.
Venezuela has the control of the ball for the first possession. It's Vargas, Gregory Vargas. Outside to Graterol. Down under in the corner now. Takes a shot, misses the rebound for the Virgin Islands.
They ran the flex offense. Venezuela did to go inside out, and John Cox missed an open shot.
Walter Hodge followed by Gregory Vargas.
Bad pass by Walter Hodge. That's the first turnover.
Picked up by Venezuela. Perez all the way to the base and misses. Gregory Vargas in the follow-up scores the first bucket of the game.
Yep, the fast break that came after the turnover, even though on the first shot they missed, Virgin Islands didn't run the court back and they didn't get the defensive rebound, so Venezuela was able to put the ball back in.
Gray inside to Cosbeth Victor, goes to the board, misses. Venezuela on a long rebound. Gregory Vargas Takes it outside to Perez. To Vargas. To Windy Graterol. Again to Gregory Vargas. Vargas starts off the penetration. Stops. Puts it to the side to Perez. Tries to go into the baseline. Goes for the board. Good basket by Perez.
So good start for Venezuela. They had a good start yesterday against Argentina also. But
Difficult pass there by Walter.
But Virgin Islands had a very good start where they started 8-0 against Canada. They are cold right now.
Venezuela in the front court. To Perez. To Graterol, back to Gregory Vargas. Down under. To Venezuela goes up Cox and is fouled on the shot attempt.
Yeah, the foul is going to be on number 9, Jonathan Gray. Gray was guarding Cox too closely, and Cox felt that his arm was invading his space, and he said, let me get up, and I'll get the foul call, and that's exactly what he got.
The first by Cox and misses on the initial free throw.
John Cox is a veteran player. Everybody knows him. What made him famous is that he's the cousin of Kobe Bryant, but he's a very good player on his own.
Misses the second. Virgin Islands with the basketball. The front court, Walter Hodge. Erratic possession, goes up for the basket, and good basket for number 10, Jamaya Simons.
Jamaya Simons, 19 years of age. He's from North Texas. He plays for North Texas in the NCAA.
Venezuela goes under. Very difficult shot. The rebound is by the Virgin Islands. Walter Hodge has possession. Long pass to Simons. Goes up with lefty. Good basket for Simons.
Venezuela is not a very tall team, but this is probably the only game in the tournament that they're going to be taller than their opponent. As I said, Virgin Islands has a very small front line with Cuber Victor, who's 6'6", being the center.
Graterol from 3 and nails it from downtown, the first 3 of the game.
Yeah, he can make that shot. He's wide open, and he has been given the green light by Mr. Garcia. Che Garcia wants him to take that shot, so the defense has to come out on him.
8-4, Venezuela lead. There's a foul call on the play. Fouls call on Gregory Vargas. It's Virgin Islands possession. The inbound pass by Jonathan Gray to Walter Hodge. Hodge takes a long 3.
Oh.
Banks it off the backboard.
He didn't call glass.
8-7. Venezuela with the ball. Goes down under, misses the tip-in by Cox, by Jonathan Cox. It's good.
Colmenares missed on the shot, on the reverse shot, but the ball kept bouncing on the rim, and nobody put a body on John Cox, so he was able to tip it in.
And he was fouled.
The foul is on Jonathan Gray. That's his second foul. So he'll go out of the game. Khalid Hart, 22 years of age. He plays for Marist in the NCAA. Will be his substitute.
Their first throw for Cox is good. And Venezuela takes his lead to 4, 11-7. Walter Hodge. Followed by Gregory Vargas. Hodge. And they pass that on there to Cuthbert Victor. It's good for the basket.
Good screen and roll, and Victor was able to score inside, even though he was shooting against taller opponents.
Vargas to Wendy Graterol. Graterol to Perez from 3-point range. Misses on the shot. Is Virgin Islands rebound. To Walter Hodge. Hodge takes off on a three-point shot, and he was fouled in the attempt.
The foul is going to be called on Windy Graterol. After the pick and roll, Graterol tried to come out and put some pressure on Hodge's shot, but he got him on the arm, as we see the replay right there in front of the referee. So 3 shots for Walter Hodge. Again, 25 points and 8 assists last night on the win over the Canadian team.
It was a great night for Walter Hodge. The lefty for his first attempt, in and out, he rattles the
And
rim, and it goes out.
as I said, he doesn't have a substitute on the point guard position because Angel Combi Rivera, another Puerto Rican of Virgin Island ancestry, was supposed to be his substitute, but he plays for the Stetson University. He's going to be a senior for Stetson University. They didn't give him permission to come to this tournament. They have something important, some practices that were important this week. I cannot believe that there can be anything more important in preseason than letting a guy have this experience of playing at a top level international basketball.
The second and third shots were good. The game started at 11. It's strange because in NCAA level, you cannot start practice until almost October.
Yeah, but there are some trips that they can make usually that they get some exemptions, and I think that was the reason why Stetson had this chance to, to forbid a Combi Rivera to come in to this tournament.
Perez to Colmenares. Drives in, has to stop, goes back to Gregory Vargas. Puts it up, and good basket for Gregory Vargas.
Nice floater by Vargas. He went left, and he shot it up with his right hand before the big guys could come up.
They lead by 2, 13-11. Virgin Islands to Walter Hodge. Hodge puts it on the floor. Goes left, goes into the penetrations, puts it up with a left hook, and it's good for the penetration for Walter.
Double crossover, and then going to his strength, which is his left hand. He's lefty.
He will go that way 100% of the time. Almost.
That's right.
Cox on 2 points, and it's good also.
So both teams in good rhythm offensively. This is the first game in this tournament that we see that the teams start with that both teams start with good rhythm on offense.
Hodge to Victor, takes off the three. Good shot from Victor Cuthbert.
So now Virgin Islands have the lead by 1, 16-15.
Vargas to Perez to Colmenares. Back to Gregory Vargas. Vargas goes left over the screen. There's Vargas, try to penetrate, can't do it, has to take it outside to Graterol.
Good defense by Walter Hodge there.
To Perez from way outside, the time was almost over. Walter Hodge. Hodge goes all the way in with the left, misses. Graterol at the rebound. To Gregory Vargas. To Cox, stops, shoots, nails it down. 3-pointer for John Cox.
That's Kobe's cousin. A very good offensive player on his own right.
18-16. Hart.
Oh, good hands by Colmenares.
Loses the ball, the Virgin Islands. Hits Cox. Cox to Gregory Vargas. Banks it off the board. Very good play by Venezuela. And while Venezuela goes out 22-16, there is a timeout called by the Virgin Islands.
Don't put the ball on the floor right away. Don't get hung up on the screens waiting too late to come out. Sometimes you got to move in that direction early when your man comes out. Hey, they're outrunning us. We're supposed to be quicker. First of all, we're not crashing the offensive board. We're supposed to be getting back. That's the first thing. Second, we act like we never fucking talked no defense before. Set screen.
Hay que sacarlo a pasear con concepto. Concepto. Recuerden, paso y me voy. Si no, uno o box. para que juegue pick and roll contra Jones.
Well, Coach Sam Mitchell is not happy at all. He says, okay, they are outrunning us and we're supposed to be quicker. And we're not crashing the boards. We're not running back on defense on the fast break. And he's not happy at all. On the other end of the court, Coach Nestor Garcia was saying, listen, we have to move the ball. Move the ball so that we can get better shots.
Virgin Islands in the front court. Stephen Adams to Colbert Victor. Down under Virgin Islands, and it's Philip Jones under the basket. That's the tallest guy for the Virgin Islands. He's 6'11".
And he comes off the bench, but he played very well coming off the bench last night. But most of the damage that he did to the Canadians was shooting from outside. He hit 3 3-pointers, although he played very good defense around the rim. Tonight, his first bucket is close to the basket, as it should be with a 2'11" guy.
Graterol to Colmenares to Gregory Vargas from 3-point range. He misses it. He's a Virgin Islands rebound. Jonathan Gray. Adams gets fouled by Venezuela. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go. 20 points for Venezuela, 18 for the Virgin Islands. There's a substitution. A couple of substitutions by Venezuela.
Yeah, Hessler Guillen, who just came back from an injury and from solving some personal problems and couldn't do the preparation stage with the Venezuelan team.
Adams to Gray, followed by Cox. Gray
that was a foul by Cox, but it wasn't called.
It's Guillen. Venezuela, Cox all the way in, couldn't make it. Graterol drives in, goes all the way, puts a good floater. That's a nice shot.
Floater for a big guy. He faked like he was going to pass to the corner, and he went all the way to the basket, and he ended up with a floater.
20-18. Victor. The pass tipped away. Venezuela has it, and it's fouled by Jones.
The foul is on Jones. Guillen was very lucky there because he almost missed that ball by himself. Actually, he missed the ball by himself, but Jones held him at the end, and that's the reason why the referee called a foul.
Guillen to inbound. John Cox goes out for Venezuela. Guillen again. Looks for the screen. It's the drive to Graterol from 3. Misses on the shot. It's Virgin Islands ball.
And Miguel Ruiz almost got that offensive rebound.
All the way misses. Cuthbert on the rebound. Goes up, misses also. There is a double foul call
On Ruiz and Victor.
They got tangled up in the fight for a rebound, and immediately they were called for a foul. Both players were called for foul.
And the reason why I said that Ruiz almost got that offensive rebound is because you have to pay attention to Ruiz. Ruiz is a rebounding machine. There's no ball on the rim that he doesn't go and try to get it.
Venezuela on the offense. Wendy Graterol to Pedro Churio to Guillen. Guillen goes left. Hands it back out. All the way inside, and there is a hard foul inside in the shot to number 14, Miguel Ruiz. Ruiz is going to the foul line.
As we watch Silvio Santander, one of the coaches, and Leandro and Sebastián Ginóbili, Manu Ginóbili's brothers, are here on camera. Silvio Santander, the coach that we watched before, is the assistant coach for the Argentinian team, and he's in charge of scouting the next opponent. So he should be looking at the Virgin Islands because they already played against Venezuela last night.
The first one's in for Miguel Ruiz. Goes up for the second one. Misses the second one. He's
Wow.
goes for his own rebound.
Nobody bucks the shooter out, and I said that Ruiz is a rebounding machine, and nobody bucks him out. Well, he's going to get the second shot. Offensive foul, and he's going to be called on Ruiz, moving screen. That wasn't his fault. That was Guillen's fault because Ruiz wasn't established yet, and Guillen went too quickly.
Too quickly and too far from him.
Exactly, and by the time that there was contact, Ruiz was still moving, and that's the reason why they called the foul on Miguel Ruiz.
There's another change for Venezuela coming into the game. Luis Carrillo, number 31 for Venezuela. Venezuela in white. The U.S. Virgin Islands in blue and yellow. Adams hands it off to Hart. Hart to Adams from three-point range. Goes up, misses. Wendy Graterol in the rebound. To Guillen. Guillen crosses the half court to Graterol. Back to Guillen, followed by Adams. They pass outside from three-point range, fighting for the rebound. Everybody touches it, thought it's the Virgin Islands ball, they loses it. And now finally Virgin Islands has it. Edwin to Adams. To Simons, takes the three, basket's good.
They were in trouble at that time, but they ended up making the shot, and now that's the end of the first quarter with the score 23-21, Venezuela.
aplauso fuerte para el grupo de baile de América 2017. Unos cracks, todos. Amigas, amigos, al comienzo el segundo cuarto de este partido. Venezuela 23, Islas Vírgenes 21.
We're ready to go into the second quarter of this game. 23 for Venezuela, 21 for the U.S. Virgin Islands. A lot of stakes here at this game.
Yeah, again, Virgin Islands wins this game. They're into the second round. They will be 2-0 in this group, same as Argentina, and Venezuela will be out 0-2, same as Canada. But if Venezuela wins this game, things are going to get very interesting between three teams.
Adams to Edwin. Edwin goes up front, tries to take a shot. Very hard ball, was fouled in the shot attempt.
Yeah, that wasn't a good foul by Jose Bravo because he just took an aim at his arm when he was going up. If you keep your arms up, he's going to take a very difficult shot and not without a foul. But Bravo, after that foul, Nestor Garcia didn't like what he saw, so he's taking him out of the game.
At the free throw line, Dion Edwin. First one, way of the mark, misses the first one.
The first quarter was one where both teams were in good rhythm offensively. It was 23-21. Venezuela shot 47% from the field. Virgin Islands was able to shoot 50% from the field.
Second one up is good. 23-22. Gregory Vargas goes up to the front court to Guillen. Back to Gregory Vargas. To Colmenares. In the corner, to Cox from three, it's good.
Great ball movement by Venezuela. The Virgin Islands were ready. The bench was very happy with their defense that they were playing. And at the end, they give up and end up giving the three-point shot.
Great penetration by Javier Martinez. His first 2 points, 25-24. Perez. Ball comes back to Gregory Vargas to Guillen. Guillen on the other corner, back to Gregory Vargas. Great shot. Off by Guillen.
Unbelievable, because it was an excellent another excellent defense by Virgin Island. And at the end of the shot clock, a great shot by Guillen.
Almost falling out of bounds. Adams takes a shot, misses. Venezuela on the rebound. It's Colmenares. To Gregory Vargas. Vargas to the middle, keeps it up, takes it outside. The penetration by Perez, and he was fouled hard.
Good drive to the basket by Perez.
And he's going to go to the, let's see if they, yep, this
Yeah, he's going to the free throw line.
free throw line.
It was Javier Martinez with his first foul.
At the free throw line, Perez, Anthony Perez from Venezuela. The first one is good. Plays for Trotamundos in the Venezuelan Basketball League. 28-24 by 4. Goes up for the second one, it's also good. 29-24. Dion Edwin. Edwin still with the ball in his hands. Edwin's going to go all the way to the basket, and it's foul.
That was a great up and under move by Edwin. When he turned around, he didn't have anything to do with the ball, but he gave a good fake. He made the defense jump, and then he got fouled.
And you have a feeling that he brought it in, he played for himself, he kept going in, and he never, no other player touched the ball in this possession.
Yeah, he was determined to take the shot when he was bringing the ball down court.
Yes, absolutely. Dion Edwin takes the first one. It's good in the first foul shot.
It's interesting that the Virgin Islands have been able to play a long time now without Walter Hodge. He sat out the last 3 minutes of the first quarter. He has been sitting out the first 2 of this quarter. Whenever that happened last night, it was for short stints, and whenever he was out, it wasn't good news for the Virgin Islands team.
He misses the second one. Gregory Vargas to Anthony Perez. Venezuela to Colmenares, back to Guillen. Guillen looks for the screen, goes to his right, hands it up to Colmenares. Outside to Gracia from 3. Great shot by Cesar Garcia.
The shooter from Cocodrilos de Caracas in the Venezuelan League, Cesar Garcia, is a spot-up shooter. That's exactly what he does.
The lead is up to 7. Adam to Gray. Loses his footing, falls on the floor. It's Venezuela ball.
It's very slippery down there.
Gracia down under to Colmenares. Back to Garcia from 3. There goes another one. 2 in a row.
I told you he was a spot-up shooter. 2 in a row for him.
And the lead is up to 10.
And wow, this is bad news. Justin Gray just got injured after he slept on the other end of the court on a wet spot. We see it. It's slippery because of the humidity here at this arena. Walter Hodge back in the game.
Hodge against Gregory Vargas. Venezuela lead is 10. Hodge to Hart. To Harris. Crosses all the way over. Couldn't handle the pass.
Yeah, the idea was good. The pass was bad. I mean, you cannot make an escape pass to the knees of the player that you want to get the ball to. The ball have to get at least waist high. Better off chest high.
Edwin couldn't handle the pass. So it's a turnover and it's Venezuela's possession. Colmenares against Javier Martinez to Guillén. A Colmenares. Back to Garcia. Garcia to Gregory Vargas. Inside pass to Colmenares.
3 seconds violation.
3 second violation, yes.
Colmenares spent too much time down there because he thought that Garcia was not going to take the shot. So he went in for the rebound and they made a couple more passes. He never got out of the lane and he got called for the violation.
At least 3.
At least 3. That's right.
The Virgin Islands with the ball. Hands off to Hodge. And Hodge fouled by Colmenares.
Yeah, Colmenares was trying to stop Hodge from going to his left. But he got there late and he got called for the foul.
We are in the second quarter here at Bahia. The Virgin Islands and Venezuela.
Jonathan Gray coming back into the game.
Gray to Hodge. Hodge followed by Gregory Vargas. To Javier Martinez. Hodge goes all the way. Hands it up. Great to Javier Martinez. Beautiful assist for Walter Hodge.
Yeah, that was a great combination by those two guys, Hodge and Martinez.
Guillén goes left, goes all the way inside. Looks at the rim, misses. The rebound is anybody's ball. Walter Hodge comes out with it and turns 360, and he's fouled in the intention to bypass his defender.
There's Hodge again, turning around. Guillén came from behind and stole the ball, but Garcia had already fouled Walter Hodge.
5 minutes, 51 seconds to play. 35-27. The Virgin Islands with Walter Hodge. Coming into the offensive territories. Hodge takes a shot from 3 points, misses. The rebound is by Colmenares. Off front to Guillén. Guillén hands it off. Great pass to Anthony Perez.
Great alley-oop pass. Good combination on the fast break by the Venezuelan team.
They read him well. It's Simmons. Simmons all the way in. Very forced shot. Again, Venezuela has the ball. It's taken away. Hodge tries to steal it. Can't. Gave it to Guillén. Guillén to Gregory Vargas. Vargas to Guillén. Guillén goes inside. And zero for Colmenares. Colmenares goes up. And the basket's good.
Nice move by Colmenares. The defender was already jumping because when he got the ball down low, the defender thought that he was going to take the ball up right away. He still had the presence of mind to take one dribble, get in better position even, and then get fouled and get the bucket. As we watch the alley-oop to Perez in an earlier play. So, biggest lead of the game for Venezuela right now, 12 points.
Colmenares misses on the free throw. 4:59 to go in the second quarter. Walter Hodge. Hands off to Hart. Hart inside. Goes for the basket. No basket is the call.
The ball was still hanging on the rim. And a very ill-advised play by number 15, Javier Martinez, hanging on the rim, disallowing that bucket by his teammate. You need to know the rules when you come to international basketball. If they already called a foul, let it be.
Sometimes players have difficulty understanding that there's some variations in the rules, and it's hard for them.
That's right.
Carlos, we have 3 games that are over by now. U.S. beat Panama 97-56. Here in overtime, Argentina beat Canada 92-86. And in the second game in Uruguay, Uruguay beat the Dominican Republic 66-57.
So it was a close game, but at the end, the favorite, the local Uruguay was able to hang on to the win.
Very interesting this format for the AmeriCup. 2017 Hart. Goes for his second shot. Is good also. Back to 10. 39-29. Gregory Vargas. Playmaker for Venezuela. Vargas to Wendy Graterol. To Cox. Takes the three-point shot. Misses the rebound. It's for Javier Martinez.
I think he was surprised of how open he was when he got the ball, John Cox.
How much space he had.
Yeah.
Javier Martinez to Hart from 3 points. Takes the shot. Misses the rebound. It's by Wendy Graterol. And off to Gregory Vargas. Vargas in the offensive territory for the Venezuelan team. To Cox. Cox starts to work outside to Graterol. Graterol to Gregory Vargas. Starts the penetration. Goes in to the floater. Misses the shot. For the 11th rebound. Walter Hodge. All the way Hodge to Hart. Hart takes the ball inside and his foul is his shot attempt.
Yeah, Hart is being very aggressive. When he gets the ball, he's putting his head down and just driving to the basket. In this case, he was able to split the defense and get himself a trip to the free throw line. Hubert Victor is coming back in the game for Simmons. I should say Simmons.
Simmons, yep.
Yeah, Jamaya Simmons.
Jamaya Simmons plays at North Texas. He's college ball and he's only, as you said, 19 years old. At the free throw lines for the Virgin Islands, number 12, Khalid Hart. There goes the first one, it's good. Hart for his second attempt, 39-30. 9-point lead for Venezuela. Second one for Hart. Misses on the second shot. 3:52 to go. Guillén to Wendy Graterol. To Garcia.
Venezuela goes back into the motion game where they take seconds off the shot clock and then they drive to the basket usually.
To Graterol, goes inside, misses. The rebound is for Colmenares. Second opportunity for Venezuela to score. Colmenares turns around, goes all the way in. Nice move by Nestor Colmenares. Good basket, and he's fouled in the attempt.
It's very interesting that even though the Virgin Islands are a very small team on the front line, they were able to dominate the biggest team in this tournament, that was Canada last night. They won the rebounding battle. And tonight, even though Venezuela is taller than the Virgin Islands, the height difference is not as big as it was last night. But they have been dominated on the boards. And Coach Sam Mitchell is very unhappy about it. I think that the Virgin Islanders have to start boxing out, taking the Venezuelan offensive rebounder seriously, because they're getting killed on the board.
Colmenares made his free throw attempt. Virgin Islands to Gray from 3-point range. Good shot for Justin Gray. Or Jonathan Gray, should I say.
Yeah,
both
Jonathan
Grays in the team, yeah.
Right.
Wendy Graterol to Cox to Guillén. Guillén's go left. Hands off Gray to Colmenares. Outside to Graterol. To Cox. Hands to Colmenares. Colmenares back to Cox. One too many passes and the 24-second violation.
They are very patient and they like to play for each other, but sometimes they make an extra pass, and that was the one pass too many.
There's a timeout call with the score 42 for Venezuela, 33 for the U.S. Virgin Islands with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go.
Vas a ir con Hodge. El base. El piloto lo vas a esperar acá. Después que pasa la pelota, le pones deny, que no la vuelva a agarrar. Yo, he's gonna defend Hodge. He's gonna defend the point guard. Eh? The point guard lost the ball, he's gonna be deny. Don't let her receive the ball. Stay with the shooter. Hey, get out. Listen. You really stand here in the middle to see which one is the first pass. If I pass to you, you pass to Buffy, it's a layup. Because it's making that switch out. If you switch
Well, Coach Nestor Garcia was telling one of his players, I think it was Guillen, I couldn't see who was he referring to, but he told him, you have Hodge, the point guard. When he passes the ball, don't let him get the ball back. If he gets rid of the ball, he doesn't get it back. And on the other bench, Walter Hodge was directing traffic, asking his teammates to show themselves around the basket whenever he drove to the basket.
Carlos, at some point, when you see Venezuela moving the different patterns of offense, you see books taken out from the Argentinian history.
Oh, definitely. They changed the way that they played 5 years ago when Nestor Garcia started. When he took control of this team, and they play a different pattern of game now because Venezuela used to be a run and gun team, just like Puerto Rico, like the Dominican Republic, like Mexico used to be in the past. So Venezuela is playing more like a South American type of game, so to speak.
Venezuela, Cox almost loses it, gets it back. There's Cox, keeps going in. Cox takes the jumper. Great shot by John Cox.
He wanted the foul also. So let's see. Garcia is the one who's guarding Hodge. Hodge passes the ball. He's not supposed to get it back.
There's a foul call on the pass.
43, Colmenares holding. Is signed by the referee.
His second personal foul for Nestor Colmenares. There's a change for Venezuela. Colmenares has been taken out. Jose Bravo comes in for him. The first shot for Cutbest Victor's missed. And the Virgin Islands need to capitalize on those free throw opportunities to start closing in on the score of the game. 1 minute 55 seconds to go. The second one is good. 44-34. Simmons back in for the Virgin Islands. Martinez goes out to the bench. Guillen to Wendy Groterol. Garcia to Guillen. Guillen stops the river, has it inside to Bravos. Puts it up with the left hand, misses.
Yeah, Bravo was asking for the ball very adamantly, but he wasn't able to do anything with it when he got it.
Gray, one too many steps, and he gets called for it for traveling violation. Bravo for the inbound. To Guillen.
Guillen calling for the half-court play right now, which is called FE. It's flex, the flex offense.
Hawks in the penetration and was fouled in the attempt.
They are doing whatever they want on offense, as Venezuelans are. When they move the ball around and swing the ball around, they get the shot that they want. Virgin Islands hasn't been able to stop them. It's a very different game for Virgin Islands than the one that they played last night. They were so focused on the defensive end, and they played great defense for the whole game. Now, after a big win last night against Canada, probably their biggest win in the history, in the program history of Virgin Island basketball. Tonight they come a little bit lackadaisical at the beginning of the game, and now they haven't been able to control Venezuela on the defensive end.
Cox scores the second one. They're facing a different type of game.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, you have to come even more focused than you came yesterday, and you don't see that on the part of the Virgin Islands. And Coach Mitchell can agree to that because he has been very, very unhappy on every single timeout.
Hodge on the drive gets to score. And for the Virgin Islands to step up to the game, Hodge has to really take control of the offensive game as he did last night.
That's correct. He has 9 points already. He's trying to put more pressure on the point guard on Guillen now.
Guillen leaves Hodge behind, goes in with the floater. Great basket for Guillen. 47-36. 40 seconds to go. Walter Hodge. In offensive grounds, Hodge. Followed by Garcia to Victor from the three-point range. Great shot by Victor.
He was wide open there. No, now it's Nestor Garcia, the one who's not happy because somebody missed the assignment of Kidwell Victor, and he kills them with a three-pointer.
9 points for Victor, and there's a timeout call.
Llega el momento romántico al Casanova. A ver cómo lo queremos.
¿No viste? No lo
Sí,
viste.
sí. Somos
Lo
nosotros.
deja solo, totalmente.
Esa, muy bien.
No
Muy
lo
bien.
Ni idea que el tipo tirará.
Estamos más enamorados.
Una sola bola.
Ahí, 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 ahí.
Esto, ¿cuántos juegos tienen esto? Saurio. Está por él. Motion, o como los pases. Corto por delante. Cuando yo empiezo a chiflar. Subí vos,
Let's go, guys.
Very interesting what Nestor Garcia was telling. First of all, he was very mad that Victor was so open for that three-point shot. And he said, oh, you didn't see the guy, huh? You didn't see the guy. You didn't know that he was a good scorer from outside. So he was mad at the defensive player, and he took him out. The other thing that he said was that he was going to start a play. And he said, when I start whistling, you will go. When I start whistling, you will go. So that's one of the signs that he uses.
He does that a lot.
Yeah, the whistle.
Yeah. There he's giving some explanation to his player, and he's very
Yeah, he's very unhappy
adamant.
with
Very unhappy, yeah.
with Bravo. Bravo is a player that asks for playing time. He gets playing time, and then he ends up missing a defensive assignment as important as that one.
Guillen, 6 seconds to shot. Guillen keeps going in. Guillen outside to Gratelo. Gratelo goes for a penetration, loses the ball, and it belongs to the Virgin Islands with 3.6 seconds to go in this quarter.
So
47-39.
he did start whistling with about 7 seconds to go, but Venezuela went too late. Now Julio is going out of the game again, and Bravo is coming back.
The inbound pass by Virgin Islands to Walter Hodge. Hodge keeps going on, keeps going, takes off. 3-point shots from Bravo. Way downtown, and he gets it in.
Walter Hodge, he's something else. We have seen two very good point guards in this tournament so far. We have been able to see Facu Campazo and Walter Hodge.
And we've seen Walter do that quite a few times when he's under lots of pressure. Has a good outside shot, and under pressure he can deliver.
He does that.
At the end of the first half, it's 47 for Venezuela, 42 for the U.S. Virgin Islands. There is a repeated shot way outside, almost at the circle of the half court.
con estilo de vida saludable. Y el básquet es una forma de prevención que nos permite estar bien y disfrutar más de la vida. Recuerden siempre que para hacer deporte, el cuidado, la alimentación, la concentración y la preparación previa son factores fundamentales para lograr los objetivos, estar preparados y darlo todo. Gracias a La Caja, patrocinador de la selección argentina.
There we have both teams on the court already, getting warmed up for the third quarter of this game. Right now being led by Venezuela, 47-42.
Again, a very different game to what these two teams played against their respective rivals last night. Both games last night were defensive struggles. At this time, Venezuela is shooting 53% from the floor, and Virgin Islands is shooting 52%. The rhythm has been the offensive rhythm has been good, but that has both coaches unhappy. We saw during the first half that Sam Mitchell wasn't very happy with the way that they were stopping the ball, or they were allowing guys to get to the basket and getting offensive rebound. And Coach Garcia was also mad because the Venezuelans lost a couple of defensive assignments that led to open shots by the Virgin Islands. So I think that the team that puts more emphasis on the defensive end in this second half is going to end up with a win.
Absolutely, and the win here is important, but also it's going to be important by how many points you win. Not only a win, because
for Venezuela, that's the case.
For Venezuela, that's the case.
For Virgin Island, it's just win by one and you're in, and you eliminate Venezuela and Canada. For Venezuela, it's winning, trying to create that three-way tie if they can win tonight, and even if they lose tomorrow to Canada, or win tonight and win tomorrow against Canada, and you will be in. So that's the big difference.
So Venezuela right now has two opportunities to winning tonight and winning tomorrow. It's very important for them to be able to make it pass beyond this first stage of the tournament and go to the Final Four in Cordoba over the next weekend. So we're almost ready to start the second half of this game. Let's see what happens. So far, Venezuela has basically controlled the game. The game has to play how Venezuela wants to play. Lately, in the second half, we had Walter Hodge starting to be a factor, and starting to be a force behind the Virgin Islands team.
And remember, the reason why this game is a 5-point game right now is because he just hit a buzzer beater almost from half court at the end of the first half. But as you said, it was more like dominated by Venezuela. But Nestor Garcia wasn't too happy with the way that they ended up losing their focus, their concentration on the defensive end.
And letting the Virgin Islands close in at the end of that half by not making the defensive adjustments they needed to make. We're ready to go for the third quarter, and it's Venezuela. Inbound, it's Cox to Gregory Vargas, to Wendy Graterol, to Anthony Perez. Cox to Gregory Vargas, to Anthony Perez, and there is an offensive foul.
It's going to be on Wendy Graterol, and I think that Walter Hodge got him on the trap. I mean, he was fighting him inside. They were holding each other's arm, and the foul was called on Graterol.
And it's Virgin Islands at inbounds. They pass Walter Hodge facing Gregory Vargas to Victor, that steps out and puts in a good two.
Yeah,
solid play.
That was a play that was created by Sam Mitchell. He wanted to isolate him on the high post and let him drive against Wendy Graterol.
Colmenares to John Cox. Cox takes a short jump, and it's good for Cox.
And Cox also wants a foul on that play.
49-44. Walter Hodge goes over the screen, hands it up to Victor. Victor down under. The pass, a very difficult shot to get off by Edwin. John Cox. Cox inside to Graterol. Loses the handle. It's taken by the Virgin Islands. Hodge all the way. Hodge to Edwin, misses. It's Kevin Hart. Now to Gregory Vargas. Vargas stops, takes a quick shot, misses also.
And there's a foul, and the ball is going to stay on this side. Somebody was holding.
Yep, apparently it's number 9 for the Virgin Islands team. And that's Jonathan Gray.
Yeah, and Jonathan Gray does not agree with the call. He said, "What did I do?"
Gregory Vargas to inbound.
There's a substitution.
It's the fourth personal foul on Jonathan Gray, Carlos.
Yeah, with a lot of time left. In the almost 18 minutes, more than 18 minutes to go in this game.
Cox takes the jump, misses. Venezuela's on rebound. Nestor Colmenares. Colmenares starts to work himself, turns around, goes inside. Great move by Colmenares.
Excellent move. He took Jeremiah Simmons to the bucket all the way from outside the lane. Look at this. He's gonna bring him inside, turn around, bucket and foul.
And goes to the free throw line to take the foul. There is a shot by Colmenares, and he misses the foul shot. The Virgin Islands in the rebound. Walter Hodge leaves Perez behind, goes all the way, banks it off the board. Great
Taking
basket.
advantage of the double screen on top that Simmons and Victor set up for him.
51-46. Colmenares goes to work inside, puts it outside to Gregory Vargas from three, misses. Colmenares tries to tip it in, misses. The ball is in Colmenares' hand now. Taken away, goes out of bounds, and it's going to be it's only the Virgin Islands possession. Walter Hodge slowly going past half court. Hodge goes left, hands it off to Hart. Hart's driving, and there's a foul call.
Yeah, the foul is on Gregory Vargas. He was too physical trying to stop. He was using his legs the way that you are supposed to, but he got in Hart's space, and the referee ended up calling him for the foul.
There's a substitution. Guillen comes in. Gregory Vargas, who commits his third foul, goes out. Walter Hodge. Hard pass gets tipped away. Backs in Hodge's hand. Hodge again tries to go in. Can't stop. Walter Hodge, and it's called for double dribble.
Yeah, he wanted to take advantage of the matchup that he had with Colmenares, but Colmenares moved his feet very well, and Hodge ended up losing the ball.
Stayed in front of him all the time.
Yeah, and that's not easy when you're a big guy guarding a point guard, but Colmenares was able to do it.
Colmenares to Guillen from three. Aims and misses. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be the Virgin Islands possession. 7 minutes, 5 seconds to go. 51 for Venezuela, 46 for the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Hodge asking Hart to act as a point guard in this possession so he can play the shooting guard position.
Victor. Looks which way to go, goes to Hart. Hart to the ball. Hart facing Wendy Ratero, goes for the inside. Misses with the left hand. He's on the floor. Virgin Islands goes for it. The ball still on the floor. Everybody's on the floor now, and now they call a jump ball.
A jump ball or held ball.
And the possession belongs
He's going to stay on that side with the Virgin Islands.
to the Virgin Islands. Yep. Hart is going to make the inbound pass. 6:37 to go. They're trying to dry the floor where all the players
Yeah, they went down.
roll over. Yep.
They went down to the floor trying to get that ball as you should do, but the floor was very wet after that. It's a holding foul on the inbound play.
The foul is calling Windy Graterol. Not allowing the player from the Virgin Islands to move.
That's his third personal foul.
And fouls could be a problem going down the stretch here.
Yes.
Walter Hodge,
Oh, Hart was wide open for a moment.
Yep.
He didn't see himself that open.
too late. Virgin Islands with the ball. Goes inside. The little jumper, and it's good for Dion Edwin.
Yeah, that was a good move by Edwin.
51-48.
25-year-old veteran that plays in Finland with KTP basketball.
Out of bounds, and it's a Virgin Island possession. There is a substitution by Venezuela.
Yeah, Garcia coming in, Graterol going out.
Cesar Garcia, number 22. It's Walter Hodge. The right hand side of the court. Walter looks up inside, goes with a drive, and scores with the left hand.
Yeah, that hesitation move that he makes, once he accelerates, he hesitates, and then he accelerates again. It's very difficult to stop, especially when he's going with his strong hand from right side to the left side of the court.
Good change of speed.
Yes. Oh, that's an offensive foul. Wow,
Anthony Perez has to take the ball outside to Guillen, 4 seconds to shoot. Guillen goes in a penetration, throws up a desperation shot, and is picked up by the Virgin Islands all the way inside, and it's fouled by Cesar Garcia.
Not a bad foul by Garcia. The Virgin Islands had the numbers. They were coming in transition with space, and Garcia decided to foul to stop that fast break.
There is another substitution by Venezuela.
Miguel Ruiz is coming into the game. Colmenares is also in. Perez is going out. Colmenares thought that when Ruiz came into the game, he was coming in for him, but it was for Perez.
Javier Martinez is in for the Virgin Islands. Walter Hodge facing Garcia. Pass that is intercepted by Venezuela. Guillen by the center. Brings it back out to John Cox. Cox looks for the screen. And make it now, takes a 3-point shot. Misses it. The rebound is by the Virgin Islands, but there is a foul call.
Yeah, number 11, Edwin pushed, trying to get take Colmenares out of position, get called for a foul.
So it's Venezuela's possession again. 51-50, the leads by 1 Venezuela. Guillen to Cox, to Colmenares, to Cox. The little floater, good basket, good play by Venezuela.
Great combination, give and go. Cox passed the ball to Colmenares, he cut to the basket, and Colmenares returned the pass. And now Venezuela goes into a 2-3 zone.
Inside the handoff to Victor, loses it, picks it up again, goes up, misses the shot. It's Venezuela's rebound. Cox to Guillen, all the way Guillen, double step, and great basket by Guillen.
Good move.
Hodge down under, take it outside to Hart, takes the 3, misses, and the rebound is by Venezuela. Guillen, all the way, Guillen hands it off to Cox. Cox working the possession, hands it to Colmenares. Colmenares to Guillen. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Inside pass to Colmenares, goes up, and the basket's good and gets fouled.
Great patience on Venezuela's side, working their offense. That wasn't bad defense by Virgin Islands, but Venezuela kept working their offense, giving the ball to the corner, making the extra pass. Colmenares replaced himself inside, and he got very good position. And he got the lucky bounce, and at the same time, he's going to go to the free throw line.
Colmenares being a factor in that inside game, has 9 points and 9 rebounds right now.
He's a warrior, el guerrero, they call him in Spanish. Nestor Colmenares.
Colmenares goes to the free throw line with the opportunity of putting Venezuela up by 8. Nestor Colmenares takes a shot, misses the free throw. Venezuela keeps the rebound. Guillen, followed by Hatch. Guillen goes left. Tries to move around, can't do it. Guillen on a very long shot and misses. The rebound is picked up by Virgin Islands. Loses the ball and it's taken by Venezuela. Strange pass there. Guillen goes inside. Guillen takes the ball outside to Garcia. Back to Guillen. Guillen hands it up beautifully to Colmenares. Great assist. Great basket. That was a pass that we are going to watch in the replays because it was a beautiful behind the back bounce pass.
It was definitely a great shot. I mean, a great pass by Guillen.
Los seguimos a los dos. Hey, este es Jorge. Pasa y corta, lo sigo y reemplazo. El 12 lo ponen acá. Ahora, estos te van a poner al grande a todos. Acá arriba. Tienes que subir. Yo hago 1, 2, 2. Me macho. Vamos porque él sube a tirar. ¡Hey! ¡No paus! ¡Ahora, no paus! ¡No regales paus!
As we are able to watch
look at the pass.
that nice pass by Guillén to Colmenares, that ended up being a bucket, and Coach Mitchell right away called for a timeout. Now Venezuela goes to a 2-2-1 press, and from there they're going to go to a zone, a matchup zone.
And Colmenares is in the double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds. Hard from downtown from 3 misses. Colmenares in rebound. To Cox. To Guillén. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Hands it back to Cesar Garcia. Garcia to Colmenares. Colmenares turns around to Garcia. To Guillén. 2 seconds to shoot. Guillén takes off the shot. Misses. Colmenares in another rebound.
Yes, sir.
To Cox. Goes inside, but he was fouled. No basket is the call. It's the 12th rebound of the game for Nestor Colmenares.
And it's the 12th offensive rebound taken by Venezuela. They have 30 total. 12 of them are offensive rebounds.
Much of them probably will come from Colmenares.
Yes, and in the other case, Virgin Island only with 20 rebounds total, 3 of them offensive. So they're getting murdered.
Missing the first one, John Cox.
On the offensive board. So it's very important for Virgin Islands if they're going to win this game to start, taking care of those rebounds, boxing out better. Again, 2-2-1 into a zone by Venezuela.
Keeping up the pressure. They lead by 10, 60-50. Walter Hatch. Followed by Garcia. Bosch looking for his options. Hands off to Adams. Adams down to Javier Martinez. Good basket.
Yeah, Martinez had the space down low, and he was able to put the ball as close to the basket as possible before going up.
Made a little push to open space for him, but the referee didn't say it.
That's right.
Cox goes to his left. Cox working out. Still on Cox. Out to Guillén from far away 3. And he's fouled in the 3-point shot. Guillén is going to be sent to the free throw lines, 2 with 3 opportunities.
And Adams is lucky that they called just a personal foul, a common foul, even though it's 3 shots. And I say he's lucky because that could have been an unsportsmanlike foul. He went straight to his face, and he almost got his eyes. As you see Guillén trying to recover himself after that.
There's Guillén going to the free throw line. First attempt for Guillén, a little bit short. Misses the first one. 60 for Venezuela, 52 for the U.S. Virgin Islands. 2 minutes, 1 second to go.
Guillén.
6 points. The second one's good for Guillén.
And the lead can go up to double digits if he makes the third free throw with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
There goes the third one. It one's also good. Virgin Islands with the possession. Walter Hatch Hodge going to his right hand to Adam. Adam takes it out to Hart. Hart takes the jumper, misses the rebound for Colmenares. He grabs everything that's up there.
Yep.
Colmenares to Guillen. Followed by Adams. Guillen goes over the screen. Cuts left now. Takes it outside to Colmenares. Colmenares working with it. Keeps going on, and there's foul by Javier Martinez.
Yeah, he tries to do his best trying to guard Colmenares. But Colmenares is not only strong, but he's always very savvy. He's a veteran that knows how to get advantage, and once he gets that advantage, he's not gonna give it back to you.
Plenty of experience also at the international level,
Exactly.
playing with the Venezuelan national team.
Sam Mitchell is not happy. He hasn't been in for a while. As soon as this game started, he knew that he was a little bit different to what his team was able to accomplish last night.
Misses the first one. Colmenares goes up for the second one. The Elite is up to 10 points by Venezuela. 1 minute 25 seconds to go in this third quarter. Second one is good for Colmenares. There's a substitution for the Virgin Islands. Jonathan Gray coming in. Javier Martinez goes out. Walter Hodge to Hart. Hart in the center to Walter Hodge. Horse drive Fins picks it back to Hart. Hart in the corner to Adams from 3-point range. Good basket.
Yeah, good ball movement. Very good ball movement of the Virgin Islands against the zone.
63-55. Cox to Nestor Colmenares. Under 1 minute to play. It's Guillen. Guillen goes right. Goes for the penetration, and that was foul.
That was an easy call for the referee. Maybe the easiest call that they have had in the whole tournament so far, because he not only saw it, but he heard the contact.
We heard it with the headsets on.
Right.
Guillen in the free throw line. The Elite is 8 for Venezuela, 63-55. The first one in and out for Guillen. Second shot opportunity for Guillen. Short in the second one, misses both. Walter Hodge in the offense for the Virgin Islands. Erratic pass. It's Venezuela's possession with 34 seconds to go.
That's Walter Hodge's fourth turnover in the game.
Cox. Keep going. Cox turns shut out. It's Cox. Keeps going on. And it's a foul call, and it's an offensive call.
Yeah. It's a foul on Cox.
And there is Nestor Garcia. Didn't like the call. But definitely he used his left arm to push. And there's a technical foul being called at the Venezuela bench.
It's like Garcia said, one word too many.
Yep, and right there, he was the referee was right in front of him. Walter Hodge will have the opportunity to make this free throw for the technical foul that was called on the Venezuelan bench, and it's a possession for the Virgin Islands. 20.6 seconds to play. Walter Hodge.
Hodge is up to 17 points in the game. 3 out of 4 from the free throw line.
11 seconds to go. 7 seconds. Hodge goes in the penetration. Goes up, and his shot is blocked. Venezuela has the ball. And the third quarter is history. Great defensive block by Venezuela in Walter Hodge penetration by Luis Carrillo.
Well, Hodge wanted to dunk that ball after he went by the defense. You're going to see it again. He went for the dunk. Carrillo said, no, sir. Not on my watch.
And the defensive plays ends the third quarter. 63 for Venezuela, 56 for the Virgin Islands. We're ready to go for the fourth and last quarter of this game. 63 for Venezuela, 56 for the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's Cesar Garcia. Puts the ball in play to Guillen. Followed by Adams.
The third quarter was won by Venezuela 16-14, so both teams went a little bit down on their offensive rhythm in that third quarter.
Guillen, followed by Hart. Hands it off. Good pass and great play in the basket for Venezuela.
Yeah, that was Ruiz who was open, wide open down low, and the pass got to him, and he knew what to do with the ball.
Miguel Ruiz. Adams goes to Graterol to Hart, take the three-point shot, and he's fouled on the attempt from 3 points, so gives them an opportunity to cut into the lead of Venezuela that is of 9 points.
That was good defense by Venezuela for a while, but at the end, when the ball went out to the shooter, to Hart, Guillen came out too aggressively, and he hit him on his arm, and he did it right in front of the referee. So 3 shots for Hart.
Their first one for Hart is good. 65-57. Goes up for the second one. It's also good. 65-58. Remember, Carlos, that Virgin Islands has a plus 12 from last night's victory.
Exactly. That will come into effect.
That's a number that we have to keep in mind here.
Yeah, we have to keep that in mind in case that Venezuela wins this game,
Yep.
and in case that Canada is able to beat Venezuela tomorrow.
Guillen to Gregory Vargas, to Cesar Garcia, to Wendy Graterol. Guillen, again, Venezuela moving the ball around. To Garcia from three-point range, misses on the rebound. It's a foul call, and it's in number 15, Wendy Graterol.
Wendy Graterol tried to stay away from Jonathan Gray, but it was too late. He already made contact with him, and Gray went hard to the floor. The referee couldn't have any other resource but to call that foul.
The fourth personal foul on Graterol. He's going out. Nestor Colmenares is coming back in. 6-point game here at Bahía Blanca in Argentina, 65-59. It's Hodge. Hands off to Adams. To Hart. Hart going to his left. Looking for a pass. The pass inside goes to the board and misses. Cuthbert picks up the rebound on the follow-up, and Cuthbert Victor scores the basket and closes the game to 4 points.
Yeah, he didn't give up. He missed the first one, but he stayed with it, and he got the ball back, and he was able to put it in.
Guillen turns around. Great basket by Guillen. 67-61. Hodge. Adams. To Gray from the corner. Misses on the rebound, Venezuela. Cesar Garcia to Gregory Vargas. To Guillen. Guillen Strassin gives it out to the left side to Vargas. Takes a three-point shot, misses. And the rebound, the Virgin Islands. Walter Hodge goes all the way for the penetration. Goes all the way to the basket. Puts it up to the glass. The basket's good. And there is a personal foul call.
He's so quick. Once he gets that first step, it's almost impossible to stop because he can jump also. And this time he didn't challenge the big guys with a dunk attempt. He just floated out up there and put it up against the backboard as he should do it.
Anthony Perez is coming in for Venezuela. Hodge at the free throw line.
With the opportunity of converting this game into a one-possession game. And he does just that.
The score by Walter Hodge is 67-64. Cesar Garcia, 7:43 to go. To John Cox. Cox all the way in.
Nice move.
Great drive, great basket by John Cox.
Very nice move by John Cox. Now the advantage goes back to 5 points.
Every time Virgin Islands tries to close in. Venezuela scores the key basket.
Yes.
Hodge to Adams. Adams inside, goes for the penetration again to the glass, and it's good basket.
And that's what Virgin Islands are doing right now. They are just driving to the basket whenever they have a chance, and they are getting there.
They're taking the game inside with the big men from Venezuela in very foul trouble. Cox, followed by Hart. Cox goes to the left to Vargas from three-point range. Vargas, well, the bounce, good for him. And it's a three-point basket for Gregory Vargas.
Some people call it the shooter's bounce. I would call it the lucky bounce.
Adams goes to side too hard from three-point range. Misses on the shot. Adams on the loose ball rebound. Hodge has a hand on it, gets control of the ball. To Gray from three. Great three-point shot again.
They are still in it with 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go. It's anybody's game right now.
Gregory Vargas to Nestor Colmenares. Colmenares on the inside, working for it. Colmenares keeps going, goes.
That's a great
inside
matchup.
out.
Great matchup between two veterans.
Gray from three, and we have a tied game at 72. Venezuela calls for a timeout.
A ver, who defend here on the zone? Who? You, if you defend here, so stay with this guy. You stay with these guys. Because they shoot three times from this goal. You stay with this guy stays with this guy. Yahoo. Gregory. Recupera, no medio, Gregory. Si doy el medio, no sigo a la esquina. Obvio que van a jugar bien. Y acá, 5 más.
Earlier in the game, we got guards. Hey, what I'm doing, but listen, Walter, the head coach. Vernon, come on. When he gets Walter, what becomes that? So we can like this. Walter, come on. Get up, get up. All right, let's go. Listen.
Well, Coach Garcia is very unhappy with the 2-3 zone defense, especially with John Cox that didn't go to the corner a couple of times. As we see the three-point shooting by Virgin Island, now 52% after those two big three-pointers by Jonathan and Gray. And the other thing that he was telling Gregory Vargas, the point guard, is don't allow the ball to go to the middle. If you allow the dribble penetration towards the middle, of course they're going to play well because they're going to be able to find people, open people on the other side.
Gregory Vargas to John Cox, back to Vargas. Vargas with Hodge. Vargas drives all the way in. And everybody saw him play.
Yeah, that was a nice drive by Vargas, and he surprised everybody by going to the basket right away.
Venezuela takes back the lead. Hart, followed by Garcia. Goes for Victor's screen. It's Hart. Keeps dribbling, goes, starts the penetration, and is fouled by Nestor Colmenares.
That was a smart play by Hart. He kept running the pick and roll until he got the matchup that he wanted. And once that he got that matchup, he just attacked Colmenares, forcing the big guy to commit the foul. That's his third personal foul.
Walter Hodge.
Venezuela is already over the limit. Virgin Island hasn't committed a foul in this quarter. That basket will not count. They're going to call a foul.
An offensive foul.
Yeah, that's a foul on Stephon Adams setting the screen, and that will disallow, would have been the third three-pointer in a row for Jonathan Gray.
He threw his elbow to the side to try to avoid him reaching the player.
Yeah, that was ill-advised because his teammate was wide open without that.
Gregory Vargas followed by Walter Hodge. Vargas, 5 minutes to go. Goes left Vargas. Vargas keeps going on. Goes again to the glass.
He has taken Walter Hodge to the bucket twice in a row, and now Sam Mitchell is not happy with that, so he's the one calling for a timeout.
Atención, que nos quedan las últimas carreras. A ver qué grita más.
They run the fucking pick and roll and we're shady. They just attack it. If anything, Humphrey, you gotta be flat. You gotta be flat. And your help side gotta be like that. Let's run deep on the weak. All right, tighten up on the weak side gotta be off. One blue.
We're ready to go for the final 4 minutes 57 seconds, and Venezuela leads by 4 on 2 great penetrations by Gregory Vargas.
Yeah, he took the ball toward to the basket, being guarded by Hodge, who is a very good defensive player. He was able to get 4 points in a row. After Venezuela's timeout, Virgin Islands wasn't able to score, and then it was Sam Mitchell who was forced to call a timeout. They are in the matchup zone again. The Venezuelans are.
To Hodge, to Hart. Hart takes it outside to Walter Hodge. Hodge starts a penetration, will go all the way. Hands it over to Victor. Great assist by Walter Hodge.
Yeah, he attacked hard. He forced the rotation, and Victor was wide open underneath the basket.
Gregory Vargas to John Cox. Hodge putting the pressure on Vargas now. Vargas goes for the screen, goes to the side, takes it outside to Garcia, goes up from 3. Great basketball, Cesar Garcia.
Yeah, great bucket by Garcia. Good play by Venezuela. They run the pick and roll opposite Garcia, and they found him on a cross-court pass.
Hart to Walter Hodge. Hodge to Hart. To Jonathan Gray. Under 2. Cut the Victor. Victor turns around, goes to the glass. Great basket.
Yeah, on that matchup zone, John Cox got stuck with Victor underneath the basket. That's an unfair matchup for Cox. He cannot guard Victor that close.
79-76, 3-point advantage. There goes Vargas. Gets stopped this time by Victor.
Good help by Victor in this. Vargas wanted to do exactly the same thing that he had done a couple of times before, but he wasn't able to because Victor came out to help.
Hart takes a shot, misses. Not the best of shots. John Cox on the rebound. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Cox takes the ball inside and is fouled.
Yeah, the foul is by Adams. Even though the block by Victor was clean, the foul was before that. So 2 shots now for John Cox.
There's a substitution for the Virgin Islands.
Now, one thing that Nestor Che Garcia emphasized on one of the last timeouts was that he wanted 5 passes before attacking the basket. But Vargas and Cox had gone away from that in the last couple of plays.
Misses the first one, Cox. 3 minutes, 13 seconds to go. 79 for Venezuela, 76 for the Virgin Islands. Cox with 19 points is the top scorer for Venezuela. The second one for Cox is good. There's another substitution for the Virgin Islands. Number 11, Deon Edwin coming in. Hart.
Now Colmenares is the one who's denying the ball to Walter Hodge. That should be, there you go. Now Hodge is going to try to take advantage of that mismatch.
Went for the penetration, put up the speed and the overdrive, and he gets the basket.
Yeah, they force him right, but he can go either right or left. He's a lot more effective going to his left, but he can go either way.
He went right or finished left.
Yeah.
Cox. Followed by Adams. The pass is down under to Colmenares. Great look and great shot by Nestor
He
Colmenares.
showed himself for the pick and roll, but as soon as he saw that defense helping, he went to the basket wide open.
Walter Hodge saves the ball for the Virgin Islands. 2 minutes, 24 seconds to go. Hodge to Adams. Adams takes a shot. Misses on the rebound. It's Gregory Vargas for Venezuela. Vargas slowly coming up to the front court.
There's a big mismatch inside with Walter Hodge defending Colmenares.
Absolutely. Cox.
Wow, Cox didn't take advantage of that mismatch. He was trying to get the ball for himself.
Vargas takes up with the 3-point. Misses. The ball goes outside, but there is a personal foul call.
Yeah, the foul is going to be on Jonathan Gray. The Virgin Islands are not over the limit yet, so it will be Venezuela's ball.
There are 2 substitutions coming in for the Virgin Islands. It's Victor, Cuthbert Victor coming in for Venezuela. Guillen is coming in for Anthony Perez. Garcia looking probably for better ball handling in these final 2 minutes of the game.
And better decision-making players, because Guillen is one of those clutch players that can make big plays, as he did 2 years ago in the Tournament of the Americas.
Guillen, followed by Adams. Guillen goes to the forward, misses the shot. The rebound by Victor to Hart. Hart goes all the way against the glass. Great drive, great baskets, and we have a 2-point game with 1:30 to go.
Remember, we already had an overtime game earlier in the evening when Argentina was able to beat Canada. This game could be headed to another overtime.
80-80, Guillen facing Victor. Guillen driving, takes it outside to the corner. Venezuela with a shot and misses. It's the Virgin Islands up for the tie. Hart, followed by Cox. His Hart goes up to the basket, goes left to the glass, misses, but receives a foul.
That was a hard move, a very tough move by Hart. He wasn't going to be denied. He went hard to his right side, and then he turned in midair toward his left. He couldn't finish with a bucket, but he will have 2 chances from the free throw line to tie this game.
And we have 1 minute to play. He's Hart at the free throw line. 11 points tonight. The first one's good for Hart.
He's now 7 for 8 from the free throw line.
Going for the tie. With a minute to play. It's Hart. Goes up for the second. We have a tie game with 1 minute to play. Venezuela inbounds. Gregory Vargas. Followed by Walter Hodge. Vargas goes right. Vargas to Cesar Garcia. To Guillen that comes up in the middle. Guillen goes for the drive. Takes a very difficult shot. The rebound is... But goes outside. Let's see what the call was. A foul or outside?
It says that the ball went out of bounds off the Virgin Islands, so it's going to be possession for Venezuela, and Nestor Garcia calls for a timeout. Well, this timeout was very important because the shot that Venezuela took never touched the rim, so it's only 1 second left on the shot clock. With 1 second left on the shot clock, Nestor Garcia was setting up a play where Nestor Colmenares is going to come from the weak side towards the strong side, like if he wants to get the ball. And then Gregory Vargas is going to set a screen for him so that he can curl, and Guillen is going to throw an alley-oop to the basket.
Let's see everything comes out as planned. Execution is the name of the game right now for Venezuela.
Exactly. There they go, and there's going to be the alley-oop. Good switch.
There's a movement, there's the oop. But he couldn't be completed as planned. The move was there.
Yeah, but they switched the screens, and they have good athletes. So even though they threw the ball up to Colmenares, Simmons was able to jump up there and intervene with that pass.
Miguel Ruiz is in for Venezuela. Guillen going out, trying to pack the middle where the Virgin Islands is doing so much damage. We are at a tight game. We're tied at 82. Hodge letting the clock down.
He's on the left side of the court. That means that he's going to get a screen and try to go right. Now they force him left, but there's a foul before, and they are in the bonus. So Walter Hodge, with 16 seconds to go in the game, has the opportunity to put his team ahead.
With 22 points tonight, Walter Hodge.
Yeah, Hodge with 22 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 turnovers though.
Hodge to the free throw line with the opportunity to put his team ahead.
Guillen coming back into the game. They have been Garcia going offense-defense with Ruiz. Now that they're going to go to the offensive end, he wants his 2 point guards on the court at the same time. As a matter of fact, he has 4 perimeter players and only 1 big guy, which is Colmenares, trying to create some mismatch problems for Virgin Islands.
Their first one's good for Hodge. The Virgin Islands lead by 1, 83-82, with 16 seconds to play.
5 for 6 is Walter Hodge from the free throw line tonight.
23 points in the game. The second one for Hodge is also good. He has 24. And with 16 seconds to go, the advantage to the Virgin Islands is of 2 points, and there's a timeout call.
Well, we saw the play that Coach Garcia diagrammed, but he said once we get the ball, they're going to foul because they have 1 foul to give, and we're going to set another play after that. But the thing with Venezuela that dominated most of this game is that they have missed 12 free throws already. And
12 in 24.
And that's 50% the last time that I checked. So that is costing them the game in case that they cannot come back from this deficit.
Guillen to Vargas. Vargas goes for the penetration all the way, drives to the basket, misses the fight for the rebound. There's a foul call. See what's the call? It's on number 9 for the Virgin Islands, and he's going to send, I believe it's Nestor Colmenares to the free throw line.
Yeah, Colmenares to the free throw line with a huge responsibility because he needs both of them, both free throws, to tie the game again with less than 8 seconds to go in the game, 7.8 to be exact.
And Colmenares has 4 misses.
Yeah, he's 2 for 6 from the free throw line. He's not a great free throw shooter. Usually when he misses short because he tends to short arm his free throws. But these two are very, very important. This is a veteran who has been a winner all his life. So I wouldn't be surprised if after shooting so badly from the free throw line tonight, he will be able to make these two.
Otherwise, in a great game, 14 points, 14 rebounds.
That's correct.
Nestor Colmenares goes for the free throw line. 7.8 seconds to go. 84 for the Virgin Islands, 82 for Venezuela. Colmenares for the first one. It's the first one.
And again, what is on the line here is the classification to the second round. If the Virgin Islands win this game, they're in. Canada and Venezuela will be out.
Nestor Colmenares goes for the second one, misses the second one, grabs up the rebound, misses it. Gregory Vargas tries to shoot, can't do it. To John Cox, get it off from 3-point range. Great basket by John Cox.
Unbelievable. Really unbelievable. Colmenares missed the free throw, but he got his own rebound. They were able to get the ball back to Vargas, and Vargas has the presence of mind of finding John Cox wide open on the 3-point line. So
there's Cox in the 3-point shot.
That's the best miss ever. You miss a free throw, and you end up with a 3-pointer to give you not the tie, but the lead by 2.
Actually, he missed twice because he got the rebound, and he was going to go up again to take a shot, and he lost the handle on the ball.
That's correct.
The ball fell in Gregory Vargas' hands, and that's when the play started.
So it was 2 lucky bounces and then the pass. Now only 0.7 of a second to go. Virgin Islands is going to have the ball on their offensive end, and they need to have a catch and shoot. It could be a 3-pointer, but it also could be a pass inside to one of the big guys like Victor. So let's see how Mitchell is going to play that one.
0.7 of a second. You have to be very quick to get that ball off.
Yes.
There's not much opportunity to set anything. It just has to be a continuous move.
Yeah, but still, it's not like 0.3 of a second or less where you have to tip it in. You can get the ball, gather it, and shoot it. So if the guy comes out of the screen and he's open, he can put the ball in his shooting pocket and shoot from there. If you pass the ball to a big guy inside, he can gather the ball with 2 hands and go straight up. He cannot fake. If he fakes, he's going to run out of time. So this was a game that was looking like a victory for the Virgin Islands. They couldn't make the defensive stops at the end, and now it looks like Venezuela is going to live another day.
And let's see who's going to put the ball in play. It's going to be Hart from the left side, instructing the Venezuelan bench to seat.
Luis Carrillo, with his length, is trying to put a lot of pressure on the inbounder. There it is. There it is. There it is.
No basket is a call.
He says no basket, and we're going to review it. That's what the referee is saying. No basket, and we're going to review it. But I think that's going to count.
Let's see what happens.
I sure think that one is going to count.
They are going down to the scorer's table.
I don't know what the referee called no basket, and we're going to review it.
They are reviewing the replay of the game to see whether or not he was able to get the shot off before the end of the regulation time.
In actual time, I thought that he got it. Let's see if the replay says that. So, no, the replay says that the referee was right, that the shot was taken after the buzzer. So Venezuela wins the game, and they end up, let's see that play again. Oh, very close. That was very, very close.
Very, very close play. Absolutely very close play. And we were very close to have to go to 2 overtime games the same night also.
Now, Venezuela not only lives another day, they give life to Canada also. Although Canada has a very negative point difference because they lost by 12. They have a minus 12 right now in case that they are able to beat Venezuela. And in case of a triple tie, Virgin Island has a plus 10. So Virgin Island is on the driver's side. Right. We're assuming also that Virgin Island is going to lose to Argentina. Maybe Virgin Islands can have another surprise and beat Argentina, and they will just qualify without a triple tie.
Listen, anything is possible here. That's why this is so interesting. That's why it has so much following all over. What we know is that the second team that's going to go from this session into the finals will not be decided until the very last day.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. Yep.
So the game's over. Venezuela, as Carlos said, picks up the win 86-84. We'll be here tomorrow for both games. So you have the statistics of the game for the Venezuelan team. Here you have the 13 missed free throws by Venezuela,
Well,
which that's why they had to go to the very end to be able to win this game.
They were able to survive that kind of free throw shooting, horrendous free throw shooting.
Absolutely. Venezuela dominated the rebounds, also 34 rebounds for Venezuela. In the assists, they made 19 assists, and they committed 2 more fouls. So again, victory by Venezuela, 86-84. We'll be back here tomorrow with the 2 games for the final session of this AmeriCup 2017 from Bahia. Carlos, thank you very much. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.